Hello, Mr. Brian. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm new to this thing. I'm trying to get it going on here. I'm sorry. You can hear me and everything?
Yeah, I can hear you. Do you
Oh,
acknowledge that this is live and I can use the clips however I choose?
yes. Yes, I acknowledge that. Yes.
Okay. What business are you in, sir?
Okay, I'll put the main one out there. Then if we have time, we can go into the second one. Okay, I've been in import and export for like 20 years. I came back to the States in 2020, and I work with car dealerships.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I want to do. Car dealerships have a hard time regenerating old leads, like people who come in and they didn't buy it and they didn't purchase a car. So what I want to do is get a company up and running that helps car dealerships regenerate their leads that they didn't use before. There's a demand for that with AI. I've called a couple places and they are very interested. It's just that I don't know. I know about cars because I worked at dealerships before. But I don't know with the new AI thing how to take that to the next level or even how to advertise.
First of all, you got to determine whether or not. I mean, you're trying to basically reactivate old leads and try to get them to come in, eventually purchase the car.
Yeah. We're responsible for getting people to come back into the dealership. We don't promise that, we're not responsible for closing the deals,
Mm-hmm.
but we're responsible for getting, warm bodies back into that dealership and also advertising in a way that maybe even new people come up. But the main focus is getting like a lot of old leads to come back or
So
people
are
who,
they activating through like email, SMS, or what is the strategy you guys are trying to reactivate?
okay, I'm not going to be long-winded here, but I sent out some emails myself. I did it very rudimentary, just like sending out emails, and we found that if someone was in your dealership and they didn't buy, if you email them and say, listen, if you come in again, we'll give you like 1% or 2% off the car you purchased there, people will come back.
Mm.
So I've done that myself, but it's very crude. I just, I typed, they gave me the list. I typed a bunch of emails and I sent it out, and they're actually getting most of the time they got back if you can give them a benefit. So I think I'm onto something if I knew how to automate that, do it through AI, and also advertise the service.
Well, one way you could do this is if you could possibly get like an AI receptionist to just dial these people and offer them a deal, right? Instead of you having to manually like email them. Does that
That's
make
what I
sense?
was thinking. Yeah, I'm an old geezer. I'm like 54, so I don't know about this new AI tech stuff as much as I'd like to. But
Right.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with business, though. I know like how to spot an
Yeah.
opportunity and that type of stuff.
So what you could possibly do is if you just want to get more people to come back in the door is you can either hire a cold calling team or cold calling agency, or you can try to get an AI receptionist. An AI receptionist might probably be the best thing. Well, no, depends if you're not familiar with AI. No, I would say go get a cold calling team or even a sales team that just does outbound. You don't even need all that. You just need to hire a great rep or a manager that's going to bring in some guys to come and do outbound. And their whole responsibility is just you train them on the script or whatever email that you were going to send. And their goal is to call these people back, offer them some, hey, Mrs. Johnson, I was just calling you. I know you came to the dealership 3 months ago, but man, we have so-and-so come in and I saw your file and you were the perfect person for this, right? We're offering, 1% off on this car. Would you like to come back in the dealership and take a look? And that's their whole job. They're calling leads every single day. Like they're working 9 to 5, 8 to 4, calling back old leads, offering them this 1% off, right? You're giving the reps either commission on the deal or like a flat fee to do this outbound cost.
Where do you find reps like that?
There are a lot of agencies who I'm familiar with a few of them. You got to know a good agency, but there are a lot. I
There's a
don't know
lot.
what your expertise is, but that will probably be the safest thing. Disregard the AI agency. Disregard the emails. Like getting somebody on the phone, getting some outbound guys who know how to call and who know how to like pitch on the phone. You have your team of those people. You can have them working full time for you, and they essentially become like your cold callers, and like they're just calling these people. They have already been to the dealership so they know about it. It's not like they don't know. So those leads are going to be way warmer. And you just offer them this deal and see if they want to come back and check it out.
Okay, I'll do that. Now, your company, what you do, because I mean, I feel like I have the right idea. It's just that like the expertise, because I can only spread myself so thin, and I can't. I'm also involved in like three other businesses, and this is something I started like maybe 4 months ago, but it's taken off. And it's just in me out
Yeah,
there doing the whole thing. So I really
yeah,
want to try to scale it, but I feel like I'm kind of stuck in the mud. I don't know how to get it
yeah.
going, any better.
That your business model we don't necessarily work with simply because you're a representative. You're representing another company. So like if it's your main thing and like you were the one responsible for the leads and you were the one gonna actually close them in the dealership, it would be something more profitable for you. If you have another business idea that is like mainly your thing, like right now you're just the middle guy. You're the middleman, right?
Yeah,
I don't believe in building a brand around like middleman services. Like I like more like this is your business, this is what you do, whatever the one you're the most involved in that is attributed to you mostly and you have the most control. That's the one that,
oh,
yeah.
okay. Then let me briefly explain one last, and then I'll get off. The
All
other
right.
business I was going to tell you about is I teach language. This is something I teach, but I never took it seriously because I never knew how to scale it. But basically, I
Mhm.
teach Spanish and Chinese. I did it in China for like 20 years.
Okay.
In Latin America, I did business there for about 5 years. So I have people who sign up, like who want to learn language with me, but it's not. It's kind of more like a hobby. It's on. It's it's
Yeah. The language niche is kind of tough because it can't command a premium, right? Like ideally you want a business that can command a premium, meaning people are going to pay you several $1,000s for coaching. That can be done if you go to the right market. So let's say your market ended up being you were teaching Chinese immigrants English. Like it's depending on the market that you're trying to target. If it's just regular teaching anybody a language, it might not convert as well. But you can have go ahead.
yeah. I was wondering. I'm a little confused. You said that if I brand it a different way, it could
Yeah.
command more money. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So like
school me on that. I don't understand.
so let's say instead of you just helping everybody with anybody with English or Chinese, you're
Mhm.
helping a specific demographic with they need to learn English because they need to get into America, or they need to get into university. Or,
Oh, okay, yeah.
like the bigger the pain and the reason why they need to learn a language, the more they're willing to pay. And that way you can charge a premium for hourly services, monthly services. So you always want to go to the market where you have the most demand and the most pain. If it's just, oh, let me just teach everybody English or let me just teach everybody Chinese, there's not that much pain there. But if you need to teach a Chinese student how to learn English in
Oh,
three
I
months,
see what you're saying.
yeah, they need to learn that fast and they'll be willing to pay money for it.
You're right. Yeah, because a lot of people taking the SAT to come
Yeah,
to China to come to, yeah, they want to learn the language, so they can pass that test. But
exactly.
I see what you're saying. Listen, man, I like your stuff. I know other people are probably in line. You don't mind if I call back maybe like next week when you have I have something else I'm working on, but once I I have to get over a hump, which should be this week, then I'll have something
I
concrete
mean, you
more
could.
to ask.
Maybe you could